I just wanted to go ask you, going back to week 4, Jair goes down the way he does. Just what did you think of how this group has responded throughout the course of the season after his departure? And what do you think's allowed you guys to still be a top 10 pass defense, even though he hasn't been on the field?
I think I'm very pleased with the way we responded. I think one of the big reasons why we have responded like this is just how close we are, just as a group, as a unit, as a room. I think we demand a lot from each other, so it kind of ups the ante a little bit as far as like no drop off when somebody goes down or anything like that. We just expect everybody to come in and do their job. So
You can keep going, Wes, if you have
Yeah,
more.
yeah. If I can follow up on that too, Rasul kind of comes in, I think, the following week, after you lose Ja. Do you remember what your first impressions were of him, and at what point were you kind of like this guy could really do some damage in the secondary?
yeah, Sue is really smart. He's a veteran guy, so he's been around, he's seen things. So it's always good to have a lot of those guys in the room because it's kind of like everybody brings just a different element mentally, to the room. So even like when we're out there on the field, just communicating before plays, what we're expecting, just different kind of stuff like that. It just makes everything easier.
This week, Darnell, obviously with the division, well, not even the division, but the conference, wrapped up and everything. What approach do you take to this game against Detroit, and what do you sort of look to get out of it here in a couple days?
It's the same approach every week. No matter who we're playing, no matter where we're playing. We're all expecting to go in there and keep this thing going. I know we're excited because it's another opportunity. It's the next game, so it's another opportunity. So we're all excited to go in there, and it's a North opponent, so it's always gonna be a tough game.
I don't know how many times in practice you got to kind of square up against Jamal, but how different was it, seeing him on the other sideline in week 2, and just what is that like as far as playing him in a live setting?
It's fun because you just guys like that, like Jamal, he plays so hard. He plays the game with so much passion. So when you're out there on the field, it's really just fun. You kind of just you're just out there competing really. And at the end of the day, we're all competitors. So when you're going against a guy that is going to play hard, snap in and snap out, it's just fun to go out there. So
To be able to get the bye again, obviously this has been since you've been here, you really haven't known much different. Just how big of a difference do you feel that makes for a team, and especially this specific year, where you guys can actually have fans back at Lambeau and in that kind of environment?
it's like you said, it's a blessing for me personally because like you said, I don't know any different from that, so yeah, I'm just taking it really just day by day, year by year, and just kind of following the older guys because as you know, we got a lot of veteran guys that have been doing really good things for a really long time. So whenever things kind of feel weird or you kind of trying to find what's going on, we always got guys that you can go to and ask different questions and stuff like that. So I think that keeps us all pretty grounded.
And Darnell, and obviously we don't really know when Ja will be back yet, but assuming at some point here in this run, you guys can get him back on the field. What does that do for your secondary, considering what you've accomplished this year, with the bulk of it without him?
Obviously it's great because Ja, if anybody knows him, he's very upbeat, always trying to mess around and play. So it's always good having that in the room because every day is not going to be everybody's best day. You know what I'm saying? So the more guys that you have in a room that can kind of up the mood and make it fun to go out to practice, make it fun to go out to the game, make it fun to go to meetings, all that kind of stuff, especially with it being so late in the year, stuff kind of gets repetitive after a while, but to keep it fresh with guys who have that much energy like Ja, it's always great. So
My last two questions. One, I don't know how much film you've seen on Amon-Ra so far, but what stands out to you about him? And are there any parallels at all you see with EQ and just that kind of St. Brown connection?
they're both really athletic. I think Amon-Ra, he's doing a really good job over there for those guys. He's doing a lot of things for them. So he's going to continue to be a good player over there, and they're going to continue to find ways for him to get the ball. So it'll be a good challenge for us.
And Darnell, my last one, just with Coach Gray, these past 2 years since he's taken over that room, why do you think his message has kind of resonated with you guys the way it has? And what do you kind of attribute some of that success with what he's brought to Green Bay?
I think really for me, I just think the amount of transparency with how he communicates with us, because he's been there, he's been in different locker rooms, he's seen different stuff, he's been around so many different players. I think it just makes it a lot more reassuring to just have a conversation. Like most of the time when we go to meetings or when we're studying football, it doesn't feel like we're studying football. It feels like we're just having a conversation amongst each other, which is good. Anytime you can work together like that, it just makes everything easier.